The DEA has a new special agent in charge here in New York. We sat down with him to talk about his new plan to tackle the opioid crisis here in New York and the agency's new initiative, Operation Overdrive.
We are doing our absolute best to drive down these overdoses and overdose deaths and take as much illicit fentanyl and as much illicit narcotics off the city streets.
In his first interview since taking over as New York DEA's new special agent in charge, Frank Tarentino says the agency is focused on fentanyl-laced drugs in our area.
33 kilograms of fentanyl were seized last week alone. That's approximately 16 million potential lethal doses of fentanyl. That's almost twice the amount of people that live in the city of New York.
That's why the newly created Operation Overdrive, which is focused on overdoses and drug-related violence, is so important.
Right now, the Bronx is definitely a hotspot, and it's definitely something that we're very focused on.
According to the New York City Health Department, the Bronx has the highest rate of overdose deaths. Tarentino, who joined the DEA back in 1998 after serving as an officer in the U.S. Army, says guns and drug trafficking go hand in hand.
Drug traffickers and drug trafficking organizations use guns and violence to really further their criminal activity. It's all about intimidation. It's all about protecting their product. We're going to exceed the amount of guns that we seized last year, and we're only in the first 5 months of this year.
He says drug dealers are using new smuggling methods, and the internet and emojis are being utilized to push the poison onto the city's youngest.
The drug trafficking of today isn't necessarily just on our city streets. It's in our homes. It's over social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube and Facebook Messenger and Instagram.
Tarentino, who started his career in New York City over 2 decades ago, has led agents in New Jersey and Seattle and took part in missions across the globe.
Was able to go overseas and bring my skills, abilities, and I would say passion to the global fight against these terrorist organizations, these narco-terrorist organizations working in Afghanistan and Honduras and Guatemala and Panama and Haiti.
Now back in New York, he says,
our #1 priority is to keep people safe and make our cities healthier.
And DEA agents say they are partnering with the NYPD and state police to stop drug traffickers from getting narcotics into the hands of New Yorkers. From DEA headquarters in Lower Manhattan, Jennifer Bisram, Pix 11 News.